thinking about the Trinity, many have made a sort of rather silly argument that 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 3, not 1. Thus, the Trinity is illogical. The point this argument is trying to get across is that the Son, 1, the Father, 1, and the Spirit, 1, cannot possibly be 1, but they would be 3. Now, it's fair to say that the Trinity may be something that humans can just not comprehend. Like a fourth-dimensional cube, these two ideas seem contradictory. However, we have evidence to suggest that they exist. C.S. Lewis makes a very interesting point of how the Trinity may exist. That is, how it may be logical in his book, Mere Christianity. As he writes, you know that in space you can move in 3 ways, to left or right, backwards or forwards, up or down. Every direction is either one of these 3 or a compromise between them. They are called the 3 dimensions. Now notice this. If you were using only 2 dimensions, you could draw only a straight line. If you were using 2, you would draw a figure, say a square. And a square is made up of 4 straight lines. Now a step further, if you have 3 dimensions, you can then build what we call a solid body, say a cube, a thing like a dice or a lump of sugar. And a cube is made up of 6 squares. Do you see the point? A world of 1 dimension would be a straight line. In a 2-dimensional world, you will get straight lines. But many lines make 1 figure. In a 3-dimensional world, you will get figures, but many figure advance to more, not leave behind you, make 1 solid body. In other words, as you advance to more real and more complicated levels, you do the things found on simpler levels. You still have them, but combined in new ways, in ways you could not imagine if you knew only the simpler levels. Now, the Christian account of God involves just the same principle. The human level is a simple and rather empty level. On the human level, 1 person is 1 being, and sons are 2 separate beings. Just as in 2 dimensions, say, on a flat sheet of paper, 1 square is 1 figure, and any 2 squares are 2 separate figures. On the divine level, you still find personalities, but up there you find them combined in new ways, which you do not live on that level, cannot we imagine. God's dimensions, so to speak, you find a being who is 3 persons remaining 1 being, just as a cube is 6 squares remaining 1 cube. Of course, we cannot fully conceive of being like that, just as if we were so made that we perceive only 2 dimensions in space, we properly imagine a cube, but we can get a sort of faint notion of it.